Hello everybody, this is Martin here, back with round 3 of the daily event, playing Ad Nauseam Tendrils. As always, I didn't know what I was up against when I played. At the moment, at this point in time with the daily, I was 1-1, having won beaten lands in round 1 and lost out to Omni in round 2. So here I'm up against a nice guy, Ancestral 93, guy or gal, that I'm somewhat familiar with that name from the source. We chatted a bit about that. Turns out my opponent is on Miracles. And game 1 I get a little bit of a freebie as my opponent mulligans to 5. But let's see how things play out. And as always, you can find my list underneath the video. I get this hand, blind opponent. It's a good hand. Probe Therapy is hard to get away from, and I guess I'm lacking a ritual or two to really get going, but we have Ponder to help find that. My opponent mulligans to 6 and then to 5. And then goes, I think Tundra? Could be wrong. Yeah, Tundra into Ponder. So, pretty sure it's Miracles, but I guess it could be something else. Could be some blue-white Omni, could be like a non-Miracles Mentor deck. Let's see. So I draw on my first turn, I draw a Petal, it's fine. And lead with Probe. And I see that my opponent is going to be very sad. My opponent, actually I remember this, they kept with the Ponder. But yeah, we're obviously going to strip their counterbalances and leave them with a Mentor and a Volcanic Island and whatever they kept on top. So this is going to probably work out for us. And we draw another Ponder. Yeah, I'd rather draw a Ritual, but whatever. At this point, I mean, I could have played the Delta and fetched basic Swamp to hedge against Wasteland, but I mean, knowing the counterbalances, I did get wasted out by, not wasted out, but I got Wasteland by Miracles player at the Grand Prix in Lille. So you never know, but I don't hedge for that. So we'll get the Underground Sea. Obviously name counterbalance. So their hand is Volcanic Island, Monastery, Mentor, and they draw the top. Okay, so I guess that's about as good as it gets for them. We're pretty good right now because they only have the Mentor, which means that they can't even, like, if they find a Force of Will on top, they won't be able to respond favorably. We draw, excellent, a Ritual. So we're pretty in a good spot to find something on one of our Ponders. We even have another Petal to, like the Petal to start off the Ritual chain. This being Grim Tutor is a bit of a disadvantage though. So we fetch because we might want to Ponder and then grab one card and then grab the other with the second Ponder. I don't like this. I mean, yeah, we can make some Empty the Warrants, but that actually just completely opens us up to him finding a Terminus with his top, so we're with their top. And I don't think I want the Tendrils either. So we shuffle this, and we get a land, which is unfortunate. We Ponder again. And I don't think we want these cards either. I guess the Past in Flames is pretty neat. Yeah, actually, I think we want the Past in Flames. So put back Infernal Tutor, Past in Flames, draw the Therapy. They spin top, it's fine. So I guess at this point they can't be sure that we're a Storm deck, although the signs are pretty clearly pointing towards that. I mean, we could be a Grixis deck that could drop like a Young Pyromancer now, so Yeah, I think actually that's maybe just a slight benefit for us that we're able to mask our deck now with the Grixis deck being a thing, but yeah, small things. So here I worry that they draw a blue card and have a force on top, so but they don't. They draw a land and just decide to slam their Monastery Mentor, which I guess is fine. Like, it's a fast-ish clock, and they don't really have anything else going for them apparently. So, but that means that we just have an open freeway to the win on the untap. So we untap, we draw the Past in Flames, and we just have it sealed. Don't even need to waste any mana on the therapy. Just tutor, go grab a Cabal Ritual, flash back the Past in Flames into a concession. So that was, I think, overly dominant. I don't, obviously not representative of how game 1 against Miracles will often play out, but we'll take it. So I will be back for game number 2. Alright, so back for game number 2. Sideboarding here is I bring in the 3rd Tendrils, I bring in my 2nd Sensei's Top, I bring in 4 Abrupt Decay, and I bring in 2 Flusterstorms. Flusterstorm is a tech I'm testing out after having spoken with Jonathan Alexander, and I've only gotten to try it out in paper a few times, but it's been really amazing there, albeit like for 3 or 4 post-board games against Miracles, so hardly a sample size of any magnitude. But yeah, the plan is basically we bring out some number of Infernal Tutors and Lion's Eye Diamonds and sort of move away from wanting to ever get Hellbent, and rather just play out like a multiple Tendrils hand with multiple rituals, for instance, and then have a Flusterstorm to fight back, or their Flusterstorm. Even more sort of ideally we would have a top in play and a Flusterstorm on floating on top, but yeah, I bring out some petal, a couple of petals, a couple of diamonds, a couple of tutors, probably shave a discard spell or 2. I think I cut a Cabal Ritual, but that might actually not be true. Anyway, I think I cut a Ponder as well, yeah. I cut the 2nd Past in Flames as well, obviously. So I think this is a fine keep. We're not in any hurry, and we have like a Decay in case they drop something annoying. They also keep their 7. Go Island, Ponder. Well, that's fine. Prefer Island Ponder to Island Top, I guess. I don't care what anyone says, like, playing against Miracles when they don't have the top is just a lot easier. Not that I don't think anyone will contradict that. Okay, so now here I think I'm probably committing a bit of a sin, at least in the eyes of Mr. Alexander, but because we actually drew the Tendrils, so like keeping Probe is appealing because it lets us like have a bit better chance at getting to natural Tendrils territory. But I do like to know what I'm facing in the face of casting Ponder. Like if there's a balance, I might be tempted to fetch a Tropical to cast Ponder, although probably not. Okay, but they have Force, Dig Through Time, Plow, and some lands. So nothing to really worry about at this point in time. So we draw a card off the Probe, and it's a Brainstorm. That's fine. So we can fetch, grab an Underground Sea, and Ponder. We definitely want another land, even though we prefer a fetch land, but we also want a top. We don't really care that much about the tutor, so put that back furthest down, draw the land, and that was turn 1. So they just drop a Delta and pass. and we drop the land and drop the top and hope they haven't drawn like a pierce or something, but they hadn't. I guess they don't really run pierces, do they? Miracles, guys and girls. And okay, so they just play land go. Get to top at end of turn. And I guess we want the Delta. I guess we also want the Thoughtseize at some point. So here we could either just go land go for a while and save our cantrips, or we could be like aggressively digging for some stuff. I actually think I'd be happier to start digging some more, but we don't. I guess because I have the Abrupt Decay, I feel pretty safe that like even if they find one of their pieces before, then that's fine. We can just decay the balance. Let's see what's on top. Still don't want that tutor. Or do I? Yeah, actually I think I do. I think I want to shuffle by tutoring for a Dark Ritual. Yeah, that's what we want to do. They let that resolve. We grab a Dark Ritual or a Tendrils maybe? Yeah, we grab the Tendrils. I actually like this move irks me a bit. I've faced this sort of situation before in paper as well, and it's like I really don't like signaling that I'm going to be double Tendrilsing you, because they can just see it coming a mile away, but it might still be the correct line to take. It just, I don't like signposting that much when I'm all about. They just ship the turn after brainstorming. And here, I mean, it's kind of a waste of a fetch land, but I do want to maybe use all of my mana next turn. This is a bit ugly. Guess we could get some use out of the therapy potentially, but we don't really want double decay when we have a decay in hand already. What we really want is gas now, just ritual effects. So we therapy, we blind therapy. I'm not sure I'm loving that I did that. We chose dig through time. They've drawn another force. They have the Snapcaster to snap dig through time, which is actually not that unlikely to become a thing. Double force is a bit annoying, but again, not really against double tendrils, unless they really wise up to when exactly to just blow out the first couple of rituals. And even then, like, forcing a ritual is probably fine for us. Let me just brainstorm again. And fetch. That now they're able to snap dig through time if they want. That could leave them like a blue card short for the force, but they'd be pretty sure to find 2 blue cards. Let's see, we still have that annoying. We want to draw the probe and ponder. That way we can shuffle, which I think is what we want to do. No, we drew the swamp. Interesting. Guess we want more lands. I mean, that is relevant, but I think I should have probably shuffled. So now we're getting to a point where we're actually pretty close to being able to double tendrils like another ritual, and that should sort of start getting us closer. So they just dig through time at the end of our turn. And we can expect something to come rolling off the hill now. What's this? It's a mentor. This is by far the thing I was least worried about. Although, I mean, we're at a stage in the game they have so much mana. If they get double top, then we're dead in like 2 turns or something. They get the top, and I think actually here I'm supposed to decay in response to the top. I don't. Yeah, so I think I like Abrupt Decaying with the top on the stack, but in either case, I do it now at the end of turn, and they don't have any more plays. So finally get to top ourselves, still not really getting anywhere. Get another therapy. I think I should have drawn the therapy, but now that I don't have a decay, I guess I want one in hand in case they find like a balance or a canonist or whatever. So we're allowed to brainstorm. We find a fetch line, that's fine. We really we want some ritual effects now, because with the 2 probes and the 2 tendrils, we're getting to a point where we can really like do some damage, but we don't really seem to find them. So put back. I think I need to put back, yeah, the therapy and one of the decays. Maybe the therapy is more valuable than the decay. I guess I could also just fetch and top now and then try and go for it, but I don't like that as much, having already expended mana. They fetch and top, and they look, and they don't do anything else. So they find their balance. That's fine, because we have the decay. Let's see if they find more than one. We look in response, and with a land, the 3rd card down. We let them get in there, and we don't decay anything yet. I'll wait until end of turn. We decay now. And I think we want to fetch here and then just hope the top of our library gets cleaned and finds us a ritual effect. Get the Volcanic of the Badlands. And it doesn't. It finds us Brainstorm double Flusterstorm. So, okay. It's not horrible at all, but we're getting to a point where we need some action. So we probe into a Brainstorm, and yeah, their hand is really cold to us finding ritual effects now. We probe again. We probed into the Flusterstorm. That was a bit of a mistake. And if Brainstorm resolves and shows us some rituals, or one ritual even, then we're cooking. But it doesn't. It shows us Thoughtseize and Duress and a fetch land. So we put back one of the Flusterstorms, we fetch, and we look. Come on, ritual. Nope. Not a 1. And we're dead now, so we have to use one of our we're certainly dead if we don't do anything. So we have to just tendrils, baby tendrils. So we do that, and they can like counter one. They just choose to spell pierce one of them, and now things aren't looking so good, because if they find a top on top, they draw their top of their library, so they can play out the top and they can just go nuts with the prowess monk probe. Yeah, they actually got us now. Still a chance we could do something. Therapy, naming force, and that will probably get countered. Yeah, they revealed. Brainstorm. Yeah, I think we're dead now. So we just need to make more tendrils. I think I'm sort of grasping at straws here. So we're dead. They actually get there this turn because they have double top. So I'm just going to speed click through this, and I die. So back for game. Okay, so back for game 3. I don't change anything in the sideboard. I choose to be on the play, although I think it might actually be correct to be on the draw. I'm not sure though. We get this hand, and it's okay. We can get somewhere with this hand. Not great, but yeah, I think the Past in Flames and the Tendrils makes this a keep. They don't seem to have a turn 1 play. So we probe to see what's up. And they've got... Okay. So this is potentially a bit of a problem for us. Like they have the hard counter next turn that goes live next turn. They have a pierce now, which means if we want to therapy, we need to drop our petal, and they might make us use it. They might find it a worthy trade, and we also lose like a potential storm count later on. And if we do get to resolve the therapy, it's sort of unclear what we name. We might well name Meddling Mage, but that's not certain. Ponder right now is their only sort of way to dig for anything. Counter spells, they're only hard counters, so yeah, it's a little bit unsure. So let's see what Probe draws us. Just another land. And I just pass the turn. Which seems a bit dubious, but I don't think they were going to name, I guess I don't know, but I think they're likely to not name Tendrils with a Meddling Mage. But they don't play out the Meddling Mage. I guess they feel safe behind their Spell Pierce. Just seems a little bit risky. So they ponder. They even ponder with their Volcanic Island. I think they should have probably pondered with Tundra to represent Pyroblast, Red Blast. Okay. Draw another land. That's a little bit much. And here I go ahead and take their Meddling Mage now that, or do I take their counterspell? I can't remember. Either way, they've drawn a Brainstorm, which they don't use. That seems weird. I name Meddling Mage. And hit, and so now I have to contend with counterspell, just basically stack interaction, which we prefer. Do nothing past the turn. And I guess they kept with the Ponder. I guess they had the Rest in Peace waiting. I still don't know why they wouldn't Brainstorm just to make my therapy worse. But okay, so Rest in Peace is a bit of an issue here because of our Past in Flames now being a dead card. Let's see what we draw. We draw Duress. Meh. I guess it also switches off their Snapcaster Mage, which is decent. And they just Brainstorm. Again, using the Volcanic. I guess maybe they're not running Red Blasts. They find a top, which is good for them. I'm feeling really vulnerable right now to like a counterbalance because yeah, no, I'm not really set up to handle that. We draw a top, which is really nice. And we play that out. No, I think I'm duressing here because I really need this top to resolve. So, and they have a counterbalance, so we can duress their counterbalance, and their Spell Pierce is still switched off because we have 3 lands to play our 1-drop. We get to play top, and end of turn they just flash in their 2/1 vanilla. And I guess get the beats on. And they drew a Meddling Mage. Strong. And the name's Abrupt Decay. Okay, so now we have an issue if they ever get to a counterbalance because I don't have any other sort of tools to fight that. They just get in. I'm still good on life. Okay, so we fetch it end of turn and spin the top. 2 Abrupt Decays and a Ritual. Well, we want the Ritual, but we really don't want 2 Abrupt Decays, so we can take the Ritual and probably fetch end of next turn. So they resolve a Mentor. So, and they drew with their top, so they can play the top, trade the Mentor. That's so clever. So they're really being aggro with us. Okay. Get in there for 4. So we're potentially facing quite a lot of damage next turn. So let's see. What does top show? Yeah, we don't want empty, not in the face of a bazillion mentor tokens. We certainly don't want any of the decays, obviously, so let's see what top shows is. Top shows us the win, I guess. Yeah, the only way they're not dying now is if they have a delta. That's if they, and do they know the top? I don't think they know. They might know the top of their library. If the top of their library is a Flusterstorm, they don't lose, I don't think, unless they get hasty and fluster the first Tendrils. So we put back Tendrils and then Diamond, draw Diamond, and we have it locked up, I think. That's pretty nice. So where top sort of let us down in the previous game, I think it really came through for us this time around. So yeah, they have a, I think they have a Pierce in hand, but they're never piercing this ritual, I don't think. But even if they do, I think that's, actually we don't want them to pierce this, but I think it's okay, because yeah, what we have, we then pay, so we have 3 black and 1 of the lands, so it's 4. That's 5 with the petal, 6 with the Cabal Ritual, and 9 with the diamond, and we need 8. So yeah, we're fine either way. The only way we lose is if they if they have like Flusterstorm, which I guess they don't because they're fetching, so they would have to blind hit Flusterstorm. So if they find a force and force this, then I think we're still good, right? It resolves. They just do nothing. That petal resolves. This ritual resolves. The diamond resolves. The tendrils resolves. Or does it? It appears so. Yep. And they're dead. Come on, get in there. I think even if they have Flusterstorm, we can pay for 3 copies. Oh, that would leave them at 1. That would be very unfortunate. But they draw, hoping for Flusterstorm, but it's a blind draw and they don't get there. And we win! Hooray! So always nice to get in there with the miracles. 2-1 in the daily, just need to win the last one and hopefully get there into the prizes. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.